So, yeah, we're talking about this. So, yeah, Mickie James and 10 other people were let go from the company. And, yeah, it was already bad enough that happened. And the faking record revenue growth is probably going to be the case. Fake the growth in order to make it look like their profits are a little bit high or less lower than it actually was. But yeah, Mickie James was among the talent let go, and I know she's gonna bounce back from all this. But then WWE, not I don't know who, but WWE report, but Mickie James posted on Instagram, they posted on Twitter this image that you're seeing in the video right now. That dear and saying on Twitter, dear Vince McMahon, I'm not sure if you're aware, I did receive my WWE care package today. Thank you. Hashtag always blessed and grateful. Hashtag women's wrestling matters. And right after that, it was a firestorm of hate because people were pissed. Because rightfully so. I mean, they gave her a garbage bag with her name slapped on it, and I'm just left wondering why. Why? I posted a video. I posted a response on Twitter to Mickie James saying, "Mickie James, you fought to make women's wrestling matter. You fought to show women can kick just as much if not more ass than the male wrestlers. For that, you've earned every fan's respect." With that being said, reaction is absolute bullshit. And I just posted a video of Daniel Bryan trashing the locker room of Eric Rowan. And of course, I finally realized that yeah, there were defenders. There are people defending this. There are tribalists defending this bullshit. And I'm just thinking to myself, why does the billion-dollar corporation need to have a defense committee come to their aid? Like, I've seen people on this timeline going ahead trying to downplay this whole thing. Eh, like, someone people were trying to defend this, saying that, oh, I put my clothes in the trash bag, and oh, I do this and I do that. It's like, but this is a multi-billion-dollar corporation that has the money to send a simple good care packaging. And then after this, it turns out Maria Kanellis, who was fired during Black Wednesday last year, also got this same treatment. She apparently also got a trash bag sent to her. And then WWE took immediate action upon learning about a few hours later when the thing got fired up. Triple H and John Laurinaitis posted very PR stated tweets saying, upon learning of the disrespectful treatment of some of our recently released talent, we took immediate action. And in Triple H's case, we took that received on behalf of the company, we took immediate action. The person responsible for this inconsiderate action has been fired, and according to Triple H's tweet, is no longer with WWE. So, yeah. And then Maria Kanellis writes, when someone told her that the person was fired, she said, was this person also fired from 2010? This is not the fault of one individual. It is a company-wide cultural problem. It comes from the top. So, yeah, this is where people started saying that that she's lying and whatnot, saying that, wait, but if that's the case, why did you come back? And there's a ton of reasons people go back to WWE. Some for money reasons, for monetary purposes, because although like passion can only get you so far and you need to make some money here and there, like WWE's now that place where you just want to go and make quick cash at this point. It's WCW was like. But here's the thing. Maybe by chance they thought maybe things had changed. Maybe people, it's the whole hope that even fans get, the whole hope that maybe WWE can change, that maybe WWE can be built from the ground up again, that they can improve, that they can learn from their mistakes and learn to be better people. And yeah, this is something that's like, I go ahead and I'm looking at these tweets. Jillian Hall said that she got herself a treatment like this. CM Punk expressed doubt to Triple H, saying, "Yeah, I don't believe you," kind of attitude. Gail Kim, who hasn't worked in WWE for years, has said that this has been happening even before she got there. Remember, but according to Jim Ross, according to old stories, Vince didn't want to hire Gail Kim because of her ethnicity. But when they found out, oh, them straight males love Asian pornography, so Vince was like, "Yeah, we gotta hire her." And yeah, so Gail Kim had this apparent treatment before and said that this happened before she came around. So this seems to be a thing that goes ahead and seems to revolve around women wrestlers or women contractors and everything. So the indication is that WWE has a misogynistic corporate culture, it seems. That they go ahead and apparently send these packages and garbage bags to the women wrestlers. The only one that could probably make the claim that is also male wrestlers is CM Punk, because he was fired on his wedding day, because, that's a professional thing to do. And then reports came out that the person that was fired was in fact Marcarno. I'm pretty sure I butchered his name wrong, but I don't care. According to what Gail Kim and so many other people were saying, he was not a good human being. And Gail Kim says, "I don't think he should necessarily get blamed for this incident, but I hope this karma makes him realize to wake up, be a nice human being, and maybe things will change for you." And she even says that WWE trolls were going to come after her because they will defend this. And yeah, there were also reports going around a person named Deborah Simmons, who is allegedly the ex-girlfriend of Carlo, sent out several negative tweets about him. Simmons ended up making her account private, but there are some tweets that were written up that the internet retweeted and even republished. Let's say this. Hey, at WWE, Mark Carlo stores belt that he stole from the WWE under the bed in the guest bedroom of his West Haven home. At Triple H, at Stephanie McMahon. It's one thing to emotionally abuse and torment humans who can stand up and walk away, but to abuse a helpless animal, that's a whole other level of unacceptable. Mark tried to kill his ex's cat. Ouch. Mark once told me that everyone working in TR at WWE was a moron, which is why he couldn't make a real vacation. And he said that he had no one to cover for him. I stuck up for people even though I didn't know any of them at the time. One time Mark yelled at me because I didn't answer my phone when he called. I was at a funeral. Mark would introduce me to everyone as his fiancé, which would make me uncomfortable because marriage isn't my thing. Mark Carlo enjoyed putting me in sticky situations so he could swoop in last minutes and try to be my knight in shining armor. What it resulted in many head games that left me confused and wondering what the heck. And then Eugene responded, the former Eugene wrestler. And Eugene basically sums it up saying, I think how he got to this position, saying, I think it's because he's a spineless yes man. So, yeah, with all these accusations against Mark Carno and how it seems to have been going on before Gail Kim was around in WWE. Like, let me double check to see. I think she joined in 2007, and when she started in WWE, okay. No, she joined up in 2008. So, yeah, she started with WWE. No, wait, that's when she resigned. She joined WWE in 2002. Yeah. So, she joined WWE in 2002. So, this was apparently happening before 2002. So, I'm pretty sure I would be surprised considering what Lita came out with regarding the live celebration event. Yeah. That live celebration event that when I first saw it as a kid, I was like, are they faking it? Like, they have to be faking it. I know this is scripted and everything, but they really, really wouldn't be doing it in bed in front of millions of people, which is telling of my innocence back then. But then when Lita came out just a little bit earlier this year and said, no, Vince forced me to do this and threatened to fire me, I was like, So what you're saying is that what we saw all those years ago was legit. You really did it in bed, and this was under threat. Oh fuck. Why? Like, this is the thing that amazes me. Why do people? Why does WWE need a defense committee? Why does Tribalists have to go ahead and defend the WWE when even their past veterans during what people call the Golden Age were big shady people, big terrible people, and even when John Cena can't convince Vince, say, Vince, this is a terrible idea, can you not force her? And he just wouldn't listen because he loves it. He wants to see it. It's like, oh god. So yeah, WWE has a very, 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 very complicated history with fans and with women wrestlers. It looks more and more, and people were like, "It's not surprising because look who's Vince friends with." I know I'm pissing off the Make America Great Again fans, but let's be real. After what happened in January, I don't think anyone wants to talk about that anymore. But let's be real. Look who Vince is friends with. And it's just disgusting that WWE apparently has this built-in corporate culture where they could do this. They could get away with it. And there's going to be a defense committee coming in to just ride and fire everything off the cylinders, ready to defend the great company that is WWE. And when you start hearing more and more stories that take place even before the 2000s, it's like, was WWE ever ethically great? Yeah, Vince listened a little bit more to fans, but in terms of efficacy, I don't think it was ever there. Like, WWE built their corporate empire off of destroying the territories. It came at the cost of the territories, making mainstream wrestling required, in Vince's mind, required destroying the territories. It required extortion and threats. It required building an empire off of other people's hard work just so they could take all the credit because, hey, we're mainstream, therefore we can claim credit in the public opinion. It's just such a disturbing trend. And WWE does have an apparent history with treatment to women. Like the first female referee that they never talk about apparently had issues with Vince, and that is a whole different story. It's just this disturbing trend, and to see more of it exposed paints WWE as this dark company. And okay, I know people were gonna say, and then Mickie Jace wrote to Stephanie when she said, "I am embarrassed you or anyone else would be treated this way. I apologize personally on behalf of everyone. This person responsible is no longer with our company." She then writes, "Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate that, as I am equally embarrassed. I know this wasn't a malicious act. However, I did feel very symbolic of how I was presented in the last 3 years, which, considering they did a ageism storyline against her, it's kind of questionable." And then she went ahead and wrote a massive letter on Twitter with a note saying, "I would like to address this one last time, then we can all move on. I have so many amazing things on the horizon. The last thing I desire to have any tainted with the ugliness and negativity. I take zero pride and joy in the fact that someone would lose their job ever, especially someone I considered a friend. I'm confident that Vincent McMahon's had no idea this was where we were said packing. It hurt a fragile me much more 10 years ago when my belongings arrived on my doorstep because WWE was my everything." So is she indicating that this happened to her before? So yeah, that's a thing. Okay, so considering how it's saying that Mark was this horrible person, okay, I get the feeling he was also a scapegoat for WWE, because here's the thing: if this has been going on since before Gail Kim came onto the scene, as she's claiming, if that's legitimate true, then how on earth is it possible that Vince did not know? How is it possible that Stephanie did not know? Like, maybe Stephanie did know. There's a chance she didn't know. But how would Vince not know? Like that's the thing. That's the thing I was wondering. Like, if Vince somehow did not know that that his company's management was so misogynistic implied, And even when he apologizes, people say it doesn't feel genuine. It feels like he doesn't get respecting people. It's just, you get this doubt that Vince is being genuine with people. Like, he even goes ahead and Shane Douglas says he'll always respect Vince, but he can't stand the fact that he doesn't seem to get people. It doesn't seem to respect where they came from or how they built themselves up to get a job in WWE. He just goes ahead and acts like nothing happened. But if Vince somehow did know, which by some miracle would be freaking amazing if he did know, then that kind of shows he's neglectful as a leader, because shouldn't he be like in 40s as he tries to have himself all over the place? And if he did know that he's an enabling, culturing, toxic madman that needs to be outed, in which case, come on, let the investors finally go ahead and have a big meeting to do it, or hire investigators. But considering how WWE got away with the third-party stuff, and the health insurance stuff, and all the other horrible stuff they did, even after the steroid scandal, and how they barely got out of getting horrendously tried over the Owen Hart event, it's amazing that they keep getting away with this. It's just bothering. It's just seriously bothersome that I grew up with this company since I was a kid. I was like 6 or 5. I think I was 5 when I got into wrestling. Closing in on 6, and then I took a hiatus, and then I see all the stuff now coming out. It's just like, did I ever know? Did I ever feel like I knew these people? Like not like I talked to them or anything. It's like I felt like I had a connection, but now it feels like they don't care about having connections. They want to just sell it to investors, like they always do these days. But now it feels more like they did it even before, even when they start out going public with public trading. I just it's just concerning. It's really concerning when I see stuff like this come out. I mean, I'm just stunned, honestly. And I just, yeah. Like, WWE has a bullying culture. JBL was enabled, and look what happened to Maronell for a time over a freaking internet award. JBL got mad about it and was allowed to say horrible stuff on WWE network content, where he said publicly, I would rather pull the plug on Maronell's life support just to charge my phone. The fact that he was allowed to say that says so much about WWE's management. I'm pretty sure the Peacock guys are going to take it down and never post it again, or edit it out just to make it look like they're innocent. It's just a concerning thing. And this is something that really, really needs a lot to be addressed. And I don't even think that if Vince relinquished power, I don't think the problem would be solved like that. We know that. This sounds like this is a corporately wired culture. And even if you have Triple H take over, it's probably going to take some time. Probably just the same amount of time for it to be built up the way it got. For it to ever be fully expunged of all that toxicity. Oh, God. Okay. This was a difficult talk. So I'm just going to say goodbye, everyone. I'll see you on the next video, and hopefully positive one, where we talk about Kenny Omega versus Rich Swann at Impact. So good luck with that, everybody. Take care, and fuck.